Now, y'all know I loves me a good documentary and I love music. And this was right up my alley because Milli Vanilli came out in the late 80s, early 90s, and they took the world by storm. And when people found out that these guys were not singing those songs, the people were devastated. Milli Vanilli literally blew up overnight. Like they were a instant success. You saw them everywhere. You heard that song over and over again on the radio. And although I was a kid, I do remember what happened, but it was still kind of like such a big joke because the people made so much fun of Milli Vanilli when this situation happened. But if you watch the documentary, it'll obviously let you know how they came to be, how they became friends, and their actual background as people. Although they were considered to be frauds, they really actually have an amazing story and y'all should really watch it. If you're bored or if you're looking for something to watch, pull this up and watch it now. It's on Paramount Plus, but y'all know where the people be watching stuff at. So do that if you don't have Paramount Plus and check it out. Because I was so surprised to see how their story came to be. But what was even more surprising was how all of the people that were behind Milli Vanilli let them hang out to dry when they know that all the people behind the scenes were actually the ones that were responsible for this scandal. But I mean, obviously, because they were the faces, they took all of the heat. And it was really messed up because I feel like these guys were actually talented in their own way. And I do feel like they could have actually just sung those songs because it wasn't really the voice that the people were after, it was the beat and the lyrics. Obviously, the person who sung the song blew the whistle almost immediately and started, doing a smear campaign, letting people know that that wasn't Milli Vanilli when they blew up. But it was kind of like, okay, friend, I get it, but it's not like you laid down no powerhouse vocals on that song. Like the vocals are very novice. Like it was nothing spectacular about the vocals to me. The people weren't there for the vocals. Like that's not, the vocals is not what sold the record. It was their packaging and it was the feel good music. But it just goes to show you how backstabbing and conniving the industry could be because over and over we see them want to take credit for when things are successful, but when things fail or when things go bad, they leave the artists and they allow them to hang out to dry. Like I didn't know that that they were on Arista Records. Like I didn't know that Clive Davis was a part of this whole thing. And I also feel as though Clive Davis knew that these guys were not singing those songs. I don't even recall Clive Davis's name ever being mentioned throughout the whole scandal when it was actually happening in the 90s. Now, of course, I'm not going to tell the documentary because I want you to watch it and get into it. But I had no clue that you could do things like pay to be able to not sing live at events like the Grammys, where back in the day at the Grammys, those people actually sang those songs when they got on stage. They did not do any of the nonsense that you see today and the pre-recorded tracks and all of that. That wasn't going on back then. They had to pay in order to play a pre-recorded track. And I'm sure once they did that, that probably opened up the floor to allow other artists to pay. It created a new income stream for the Grammys. And only God knows what goes on today. Like, I can only imagine what goes on today. But when you think about it, they actually were kind of sort of innovators because these people can't really sing all like that. And then I don't believe that, not that there's any like extremely big powerhouse singers out there now, but I'm sure the Milli Vanilli formula opened up the floor for people that just look good and could possibly sell product. But when you think about it, we should have known that they was up to no good, because you can't trust no man with a weave. From messing with those drugs, but y'all know I loves me a good talented crackhead. Cause ain't nobody more talented and more entertaining than a crackhead. But if you saw it, comment below and tell me what you think. Did you like it, or did you think it sucked? Did you think they sucked? Or, let's talk about it. And if you didn't watch it yet, come back after you do. And let's talk about it.